Hi everyone, and welcome to Intro to Accounting 2. I'm Professor Quinn, and this Part 1 orientation video is going to show you how we're going to be using Blackboard throughout the semester. Part 2 will be showing you how we're going to be using Cengage now. So when you first log into Blackboard, it will actually bring you to the announcement section that will direct you to go to the Read Me First section here in Blackboard. In the announcement section, I will also be posting throughout the semester reminders about quizzes, tests, and also every week I will send out an announcement of reminders of what is actually due that week in the course. Those announcements get emailed directly to you to your NACC email address, so please make sure you're using your school email address throughout the semester. So if we go to the Read Me First section, you will get a little bit of an overview about some of the areas of Blackboard that we're going to be utilizing throughout the semester. So overall, we're going to be using it mainly as an administrative site, again, posting announcements, having all of your grades posted here, and there's also some great resources that will be available to you here on Blackboard as well. So emails, please make sure that you use the email address that is provided in the syllabus to get in touch with me. I have disabled the feature for Blackboard email because those emails don't get to me as quickly. They don't go to my normal inbox, and I like to get back to students as soon as possible. So please make sure you're using that email address that's listed in the syllabus. All of your grades throughout the semester can be found right here under the My Grades tab. So every grade for every quiz, test, and homework assignment will be found there. Sometimes on both Blackboard and Cengage Now, it will post an overall grade or tell you how many points you have out of the total available points. That is not your grade in the course. Your grade is calculated by the percentages that are shown in the syllabus. So if you have questions about how to calculate your grade, please refer to the syllabus. There's actually examples of how to calculate your grade found there. Over here under the Resources tab, you are going to find some helpful resources, things like templates, PowerPoint slides, some refresher documents, things about what accounts are found on which financial statements, how to increase or decrease accounts with debits or credits. So if it's been a while since you've taken Accounting 101, or it's just been since the fall semester, those 4 weeks have kind of clouded your memory about debits and credits and financial statements, you can find some helpful resources right here under the Resources tab. Also here in Blackboard, you will see a link called Professor Quinn Example Videos. These example videos are videos of me actually showing you how to properly solve certain exercises and problems in your textbook. So if you're getting stuck, this is a great resource to go through to get a little bit of that face-to-face instruction. I actually walk you through and give you some hints about the best way to approach certain problems. I have put in here for every example what topic we are covering. So even if the example that you're working on I'm not showing in the video, I might be covering that topic and it still might be very useful for you to watch the video. So always make sure to check and see if there is an example video talking about a topic that you might be struggling with, because it might just help you get through that homework assignment that you're working on. Under the discussion board link right here, you're going to find 2 discussion posts that are going to be available to you throughout the entire semester. The first one is called Have a Question. So if you're working late at night on a homework assignment, you've looked through the book, you've watched both the Cengage Now videos and my example videos, and you're still a little bit confused and it's 11 o'clock at night, and you know that even though if you email me, you probably won't get a response, you can actually post a question here and ask a classmate. And so if you are happening to be working on a homework assignment late at night, check here, because maybe you can help out a fellow classmate with a question that they have on a homework assignment. Always please make sure to email me as well, because I want to make sure you get an answer to your question. The other discussion post that will be available throughout the semester is called Piece of Advice. So anytime during the semester, you can go here and actually share your best piece of advice for the class. So maybe you're using a certain study tool, maybe you're using the practice sets, something that you have found to work well for you to help you with the course. So share that with your classmates, and don't forget to check back here to get some of the feedback from your classmates of things that have worked well for them. So to get started in the class, you have 5 important things that you have to do. First, you need to read through the syllabus. You need to sign and date the syllabus agreement form and submit it to me. This is actually your first graded homework assignment in the course. You're then going to want to read through and print out the calendar, the homework schedule, and the quiz and test schedule. These documents contain all of the due dates and times for every assignment, quiz, and test that you have during the semester. So it's really helpful for you to be able to stay on track. You're then going to introduce yourself to the class. And finally, you're going to get yourselves registered into Cengage now. So right down here, you will find our syllabus. So I'll go over some of the key points in the syllabus. First, here at the top, you will find my office hours. I have face-to-face office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1:30 to 2:30 on the Haverhill campus. And I do have an online office hour on Mondays from 4 to 5. If you would like to meet with me and those times don't work for you, please get in touch with me. And if I can meet with you at another time, I'll be more than happy to do that. For the textbook and the materials that we'll be using, we're going to be using the same textbook that you used in Accounting 101 if you took it last semester. If you haven't taken Accounting 101 for some time, you will need to buy the updated edition. That textbook, the 26th edition, was also packaged with a Cengage Now access code. You will absolutely need that access code. Again, if you took Accounting 101 recently, you don't need to buy another textbook. You don't need to buy another access code. Both the access code and textbook will last you through this semester as well. The prerequisite for this course is that you have received a C or better in Accounting 101. If you have not met that prerequisite, please make sure to go to the registrar's office and withdraw from this course and re-register for an Accounting 101 course. I say that because after the add drop period, I will receive a list of any students that do not meet the prerequisite, and then I withdraw you from the course. Once that happens, you can no longer take this course, and it will be too late to register for a 101 course. So again, if you have not met that prerequisite, please make sure that you go and register for another 101 course. For emails, please make sure when you're emailing me that you're using your NECC email address. I've had students in the past that have used their personal email address to email to me. And my email actually kicks it into my spam folder and I never receive it. And I always want to make sure that I'm getting back to my students as soon as I can. Again, I will also be communicating with you through your NECC email by posting those announcements on a weekly basis. So definitely make sure you're checking in on that. I do read and respond to student emails Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. With respect to grading, your quizzes and homework assignments combined will count as 20% of your grade, and I'll talk a little bit more in a moment about how your homework assignments will be graded. You will have 4 tests this semester. Each test is on 2 chapters at a time. 4 tests combined will count for 80% of your grade. The lowest test of the 4 will count as 15%. The highest of the 4 will count as 25% of your grade, and the remaining 2 tests will each count for 20% each. Here you'll also find the due dates and times for each one of those exams. Late homework is not accepted, so please make sure you're paying attention to those due dates and times. And again, the printable calendar and homework and quiz and test schedules will be very helpful in keeping you on track. If you do miss a homework assignment, you do have to complete that missed homework assignment before you'll be able to go on to the next homework assignment. Every homework assignment is a prerequisite for the next assignment. And when I say that you have to complete that missed homework assignment, meaning you have to go in and fully answer every question, every part of every question. You can't just enter in random numbers or open it up and leave it open for a certain amount of time and hit submit. The system will know that you did not actually complete the assignment, and it will lock you out of getting into any other future assignments. And then you'll have to contact me in order to try to get that assignment unlocked. So please make sure that you're completing those assignments. It's also very important to complete any missed assignment in an online class because that is your practice of that material. We don't have face-to-face courses where you might be able to get caught up by coming to class. So this is really important that you get that practice in before you have a quiz or before you have a test on that material. I do understand, though, that things can get hectic and there's a possibility that you might miss a homework assignment. So I allow each student one extension on a homework assignment during the semester. This only applies to homework assignments, not to tests or quizzes. In order to receive that extension, all you have to do is email me requesting the extension and mentioning which assignment you need the extension on. Makeup tests are generally not given out of the fairness of people who have been prepared to take the test. However, if there's a situation that is preventing you from taking the test on its scheduled date, I will consider a makeup exam for you, but it is in your best interest to get in touch with me as soon as possible. Please do not wait days or weeks after the due date of that exam to get in touch with me, because at that point, a makeup exam will be too late. So in terms of your homework assignments that will be on Cengage, your homework is going to be based on two criteria. First, that all problems that I have assigned are submitted, every question is answered, every part of every question is answered, and that there's a true effort put into solving each problem. Your homework assignments are not graded based on whether or not you got the correct answer. Homework is there to help you practice the material, to help you identify where you might have some weaknesses and where are some of the areas that you need to actually get some extra help in. So your homework assignment grade can either help you or hurt you, and that decision is completely up to you. So for example, if you go in and do a homework assignment in Cengage Now, you submit that homework assignment, Cengage Now will automatically give you a grade based on what you did correctly and incorrectly. So let's say you submit an assignment and you got a 40% on it. That should be a gut check to you that you need some extra help with that topic, that you need to come meet with me or go see one of the tutors or watch some of those example videos that I have on Blackboard. That is not necessarily your grade in the class. Once the due date has passed for the homework assignment, I go in and actually review everyone's homework assignment. And if you have answered every part of every homework question and have put in a true effort, I will give you 100% for that homework assignment. And again, all of your actual grades for the semester will be reflected in Blackboard. So here you can see some situations that I've put here. So for example, you have your 4 test grades. If it was only based on your test average, you'd have an 80 or a B- in the class. You didn't feel like doing your homework all semester, so your homework and quiz grade is a 40. That drops your overall grade by nearly 8 points, and it drops you to a C-, which means that you have to repeat this course. In situation number 2, you have the same test grades as situation number 1. So again, your test average would be an 80 or a B-, but you've put in the effort all semester and your homework and quiz grade's a 95. That boosts your grade by more than 3 points and bumps you up to a B. 3 points, I know, don't sound like a lot, but remember, these are average points. It takes a lot to be able to increase your overall average by more than 3 points. And finally, in the third situation, your test grades aren't as good, so your overall test average is a C-, which means you would have had to repeat the course, but you've put in the effort and dedicated time to the class throughout the entire semester. Your homework and quiz grade is 100. That bumps your grade nearly 6 average points, brings you up to almost a 78 in the class, which gives you a C+. You pass the class and can move on to the next class that you have to take. So again, this can help you or it can hurt you, and that's up to you. I do not offer any extra credit assignments in this course because I allocate such a large portion of your final grade to homework assignments. So every time you do a homework assignment, think of it like extra credit because you're adding points to your final grade. If you're having trouble understanding any of the concepts in any of the chapters, please make sure you come meet with me. You watch some of the videos that I posted on Blackboard. You go meet with one of the tutors at either one of our campuses, or you use any of those wonderful study resources that are available to you on Cengage Now. This class is very different from Accounting 101. In Accounting 101, every chapter builds on what you learned in the previous chapter. That is not the case here. Every chapter is completely different from every other chapter. So sometimes it can feel like a lot more information that you have to study for. So if you're struggling with a certain chapter, please make sure you're getting some extra help. You do need to receive a C or better in this class in order to move on to any upper level accounting courses and to business finance. If you're a business management major, you have to take business finance. If you're a business transfer major, you have to take managerial accounting. And of course, if you're an accounting major, you have to take all the upper level accounting courses. So you really want to make sure you're staying on track so it doesn't prevent you from moving on. You'll also again find here the printable calendar, which shows every assignment, due date, and time. You'll notice that typically you have 2 assignments that are due each week, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the semester. You also have a detailed Cengage Now homework schedule that shows you every homework assignment that you have, when it becomes available to you, and when it's due. Again, I list some important reminders up here at the top, things like every homework assignment is a prerequisite, that you really have to watch fully the video assignments, which I'll talk about more in part 2 of the orientation video, and that every assignment typically has more than 1 question, so you don't want to hit the submit button until you've answered all of those questions. You do have the opportunity to take your homework assignments twice. You don't have to take them twice. That's completely up to you, but if you'd like the extra practice, you do have the ability to take them twice. If you choose to take the assignment twice, you do have to answer all the questions that are in that homework assignment. You do have the ability to save your work and come back to it at a later time, but if you have saved your work, please make sure that you go back in and hit the submit button to submit your homework assignment by the due date and time. If you don't hit the submit button, it does not get to me, and therefore you won't get credit for the homework assignment. So always make sure you're submitting it even if you have saved your work. So you'll notice at the beginning you have an Intro to Cengage Now and a Success Strategy assignment. They're available to you starting today, January 17th, and are due on Friday, the 22nd. All remaining homework assignments become available to you at the start of the semester, which is on Wednesday, January 20th. So you do have the ability to get ahead in this course. So if you know you're going to have a busy work week or family week coming up, you do have the ability to get ahead. The theory, though, still remains that if you want to get ahead, you still have to complete the assignments in the order that you see them here. Because again, every homework assignment is a prerequisite for the next homework assignment. You'll also notice, for example, here you have a Chapter 9 lecture assignment part 1 and a Chapter 9 homework assignment part 1, and they're both due on the same day. These lecture assignments, which again I'll get into more detail in part 2 of the orientation video, but these are basically giving you a little bit of face-to-face instruction that typically you don't get with an online class. So take advantage of having these available to you. These are short videos that are going to show you a little bit about the material that you're going to be practicing in that homework assignment. You also have a detailed quiz and test schedule. Once you start a test or quiz, you do have to complete it. You do also have a limited amount of time for each test or quiz. I do build in plenty of time, so you don't have to feel like you're being rushed through your test or your quiz. For your quizzes only, you have 2 tries. So the highest score of your 2 attempts will count towards your grade. So you can go in, take your first attempt. Once you submit it, you can see your score and the answers of what you got right and what you got incorrect. You then can take the opportunity to go back through your notes, your homework assignment, the textbook, to try to figure out what the correct answer should have been on the ones that you got incorrect. You then can take the quiz again. You will not have the same exact questions that you had on your first attempt, but they will be similar, and now you're going to be more prepared to answer those questions correctly. So definitely take that opportunity. So you will see all the times that your tests become available to you and when they are due to you. So once you've gone through all of that information, you're going to come down here, you're going to open this Word document, you're going to save it, you're going to type in your name and the date, and you're going to upload it here to using the syllabus agreement form link. And finally, you're going to introduce yourself to the class by filling in the blank I am with 10 different descriptors about yourself. And please make sure to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' introductions by January 29th. And last but not least, you're going to come over here to the Cengage Now link to get registered into our Cengage Now site. So you just simply have to click on this link. If, again, you've taken Accounting 101 with us last semester, you do not need to buy another textbook or access code. Your access code will last throughout this semester. If you click on this link and they ask you for a course key, you can just copy and paste this course key right in for you. If you haven't taken Accounting 101 here, or it's been several years since you've taken Accounting 101, you can either buy the textbook at the bookstore, which would be packaged with an access code, or you can purchase an access code at the bookstore or directly through this link. You have the option as well. If you buy the access code, that gives you access to all of our course material, so our homework assignments, our tests, and our quizzes, and gives you the full ebook as well. If you are unsure if you're going to like an ebook, or you're waiting for your next paycheck or a book voucher, and again, you haven't taken 101 here at the college or it's been a while, you can get a free 21-day trial of Cengage Now by, again, going through this link above. And that, again, gives you access to all course material and the ebook.